Hello everyone, and welcome to From the Heart Friday, session 118 with me, Jessica Brigden of Jess B, Creative Cardiology. Welcome. Hope you are having a great day. It's exciting here. Stampin' Up! Is hosting their virtual on-stage at-home event. So I am all dressed up. I got my Creative Cardiology team members who are attending the event, these fun scarves, and so we are channeling a little bit of team spirit here, even though we were all in our separate locations. But it's been a lot of fun. We've been on the messenger and sharing the things that we're enjoying, and it's been a lot of fun. Hey Marissa, thanks for joining. Yeah, so exciting things. Actually on stage is kind of going on. Sessions have had a little bit of technical issues, so the timing is a little bit off, but I didn't want to miss you guys, so I'm taking a break and jumping on here so that I can share some excitement with you guys. Hey Janelle, hey Wendy. Yeah, so on stage is going great, and we're just I'm taking a little bit of a break right now so that I can share a couple of fun treat packaging ideas with you. So I'm going to share a fun idea. This is actually something inspired by one of Stampin' Up's artisan designers, and it's a cute little craft gift box with a fun little tag. And these are so nice because they're perfectly sized to fit your standard size cards and envelopes. So it makes a nice gift, nice way to package up your cards. And then I also have a fun packaging idea using the Eden's Garden cotton paper there to wrap up these fun treats. If any of you like the hazelnut, kind of hazelnut candies, the Ferrero Rocher, I was able to find some of these in a 3-pack, which is like the perfect little size. So some quick ideas for that. And yeah, I hope you like them. So I'm just going to go ahead, get right into this, and then get back to on stage here. All right, so I do have a new host code for the remainder of November. This is QKHDGB94, and part of the reason for that is that Stampin' Up, you may have heard, is having a big sale starting next week, starting on Tuesday. It's a bit of a flash sale of sorts. It goes Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and it is 10% off paper packs, 15% off ink pads, and 20% off dies. So you want to make sure you make note of that so that you can stock up on some of those things. And then of course we have the beautiful Eden's Garden collection. So I'm kind of wrapping up my series on that a little bit. I hope you're not getting tired of it. There's just so many fabulous ideas. So let's start with our treat box. So the first thing I'm going to be using, oops, I realize the lighting is a little weird on that. Hi Karen, hey Sarah. All right, so these craft gift boxes, they come in a package of 10, and these are from the mini catalog here. But it's nice because they're already pre-scored and the adhesive is already here on them. So really, and you've got this fun little window in the front. So you've got that peekaboo effect for any of your gifts, anything that you're sticking in here. And actually I did send some on-stage treats to a friend, and I was able to fit 2 cookies in here too. Now I didn't bake them. My friend Mandy is a cookie lady here in New York. She makes some pretty awesome cookies, and so I actually sent her a picture of our onstage theme, and she was able to make some cookies for me, which is awesome. So as you can see, I just pulled the little adhesive tab stickers off of the end. You're going to fold up the edge, okay, and then you've got the tabs here as well. So go ahead, and so we kind of started at one end and are working our way towards the other. So the first thing I did was I just pre-scored everything, and now you're going to fold this up. All right, so I love that these come in a package of 10, so you've got some great packaging. All right, and so it does like a pizza box style, okay? So then I flipped it around, and we're just going to do the other end here. And then part of what I'm going to show you is that because they don't have a actual closure, we're gonna do fun little gift tag and just add some ribbon to it. Okay, so you've got these cute little gift boxes. Oops, here we go. Oh, I stuck it to itself. There we go. Okay, so they stay all nice and they're pretty snug fit here. Perfectly sized for cards and envelopes, anything that you want to put in there. So let's go ahead and decorate it. So what I've done is I've taken the Eden's Garden die set here. Okay, so we have our garden dies, and I've taken the largest, the big wreath die, which is awesome because it is perfectly sized to wrap right around this window spot here. So I cut a piece of Evening Evergreen cardstock to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So it's 1/4 of a sheet here. And then I took my Stampin' Up! Adhesive sheets. Now these come in 6 by 12 inch. So what you do is you take them out of your packaging. All right, you cut it to the size that you want. So in this case, I cut it, cut a little piece off so that I had it 4 by 6. And then you stick them to the back here of your cardstock. And then you're able to run it through your die cut machine, your Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and it cuts both layers. All right, so you're able to cut your cardstock and your adhesive all at the same time. You have very, very minimal waste. Hey Tisha, glad you could join us. All right, so I'm going to show you. I haven't even popped this out yet, but they come out really well. So I just have a couple little pieces left to poke through. All right, and then make sure you save the center, because you can do the other wreath and the little flower. You can die cut them out of the center as well. Okay, so make sure you save that for later. Now with this, the cool thing with the adhesive sheets is that once you get started, you can just go ahead and pull, and a lot of times those little pokey parts will come right off on the adhesive sheet. So that's even less mess and less work, right? Anything is good. Alrighty. So we're just peeling these off. All right, so the new adhesive sheets do come in like a 3-part section. That's why you can see I've got little pieces coming. Okay, so we'll just get the rest of this off of there. Great, okay, got a few little scattered pieces. Now what I've got is this beautiful wreath. I don't have to mess with the glue because the adhesive is already on the back. Just make sure you remove. Yep, I think that about did it. Okay, so I'm gonna start right up here towards the top. Okay, and just nicely press it down firmly as I go. And look at that, it is like the perfect size. Love that. Okay, so you can kind of tweak it. It does have the ability to kind of be pulled up a little bit. So if you don't quite get it right the first time, you've got a little movability there with it. But isn't that gorgeous? I love that this wreath fits that fun window shape there. Okay, so next thing we're going to do is we need some ribbon here. So I leave mine on my spool. I'm using the Evening Evergreen. This is the chevron weave ribbon. I have actually used up all of my open weave ribbon in the Evening Evergreen color. You can see this is the soft succulent open weave ribbon. So it's really up to you which ribbon you prefer. But because I used up my other Evening Evergreen, I'm just going to use this one here and go ahead and just make a nice little loop on the top here. Okay, and I'm not going to pull that too tight. I just want it a little bit snug. And actually this will work nice because you could actually slide this on and off, okay? So you're not going to have to untie it each time. You should be able to, you want it a little bit loose enough that you can slide it on and off there, but yet it holds your box of cards or treats or whatever just nicely in place. Now for our tag, we'll take, you can use any designer paper. It's nice just to have a pretty little background. So this is a 3x4 piece. Oh, Tisha, I'm glad you enjoyed that tip. Awesome. All right, so yes, a 3x4 piece of the Eden's Garden designer paper or designer paper of your choice. And then you need a actually I like it just a little bit smaller. So I say 2 3/4 inch by 4 inch piece of basic white cardstock. And this is what we'll do our stamping on. Now what I've done is, you can see this was a full 3x4 piece, but I've used the basic borders dies. These may look a little strange. They're not in any, they're not bundled with a stamp set in the catalog, but you've got your triangle or kind of like your envelope flat, your angled border, curved. You've got a fun little scallop, clouds, and then you've got your rickrack and other little fun border edge pieces. So this is one of those die sets that you're going to want to put on your order that you can get for 20% off next Tuesday through Thursday during the sale. So what I've done is, when I put my basic white on my Stampin' Cut and Emboss, I lined this up over the top, and then it gives me that nice flagged edge with a little stitching detail here. So you can make tags of any size, which I thought was pretty cool, especially if you're not good with your scissor like me. So if I were to try to flag this and get it even myself, yeah, that doesn't happen. My scissors and I, we're not the best of friends. I don't usually come out even when I do things like that. So the fact that there's a little die that does that for me is awesome. All right, so to make these an actual tag, you're going to line them up, make sure they're even, just how you want them. And then we're going to bring in our fun punch here from the annual catalog. You've got a slot, or you've got just a little hole punch there. All right, and then your tag spot. But if you flip it over so you can see the back side, go ahead and take that hole. All right, line your punch up evenly. You don't want to stick it up because it'll actually punch out that part. Okay, so just line your edge up with the edge there. Go ahead and punch, and then you have a perfect little hole evenly through both pieces, and that is perfectly lined up for you. Okay, so before I thread my ribbon, I'm going to stamp my Eden's Garden little bouquet here with my soft succulent ink. And however you want to do that, goes right across the front here. Okay, beautiful. Alrighty, so now we can go ahead and take, this is the Simply Elegant trim, comes in silver and gold. And so take a little bit of that gold trim here. All right, and then this will go right through your hole. So that's why it doesn't matter that you don't have, this is about a 1/8 inch hole. Okay, and then you're gonna loop that just around your ribbon there. Okay, so we'll just tie a knot right on here, and let's go ahead and double knot that so that it stays nice and tight. Now, if you wanted to, you could tie that in a cute little bow. You could keep your thread long or short. It's up to you how you want to do that, but at least that makes it all one piece. So again, when you go to slide this off, the tag will move with it. All right, so just a leftover scrap piece out of my soft succulent cardstock pack. This is 1/2 inch, and I think it's about 4 inches long. It really doesn't matter how long it is, because what we're going to do is take our hello there sentiment, or you could use whatever you wanted here. But I'm going to stamp that in Evening, I was going to stamp that, yes, Evening Evergreen. I was looking for my ink pad. It's in the pile. Things like to hide sometimes. All right, so just gently ink that up. My Evening Evergreen pad is super juicy there. All right, so I'm going to try to line this up here on my little piece. All right, not too bad. Actually, let me flip it. I got a little bit of goop on the end of my E, because I think I rocked it. Oh, all right, best of two. We'll go with the first one. It is what it is. We'll put an embellishment there. All right, so this part I did trust my scissors because all I need to do is just cut that end piece at an angle. All right, so that's why it doesn't matter quite how long that piece is. And nobody's gonna see my boo-boos on the back there because we're gonna put a couple of dimensionals over this and stick it on the front of our tag. Okay. All right, so we'll just kind of angle it here across, wherever you want to put it. You can put it across your flowers, wherever you like it best. And yeah, let's go in. We can put in a couple of our beautiful little garden gems if we want to bling it up or cover a boo-boo. whatever you've got there. All right, let's see. Let's just go ahead and put a couple of these cute little gems on here. Love these. There you go. Actually, you know, if you want, I love these little marquee cut ones because you can make the cutest little flowers with them, with the leaves. Isn't that cute? Just fun little designs. Okay, so there you have your cute little treat packaging with a fun little gift tag. All right, so this will totally dress up your gift packaging, especially if you're making a set of cards. Yeah, makes a really nice gift in there. And actually you can fit quite a few. Let me see, I did a set of 6 for another class, and that seemed to work perfectly. So I don't think I'd put more than 8 cards and envelopes in there. Let me see how many I've got. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Because your cards are gonna take up a little bit of space. I mean, it really depends on how many layers and embellishments you have on there. But there's a stack of 8 envelopes, and you can see I do have quite a bit of room for my cards on top. All right, and then by doing your tag like that, you can slip it back on top, or the recipient can go ahead and put it back together and at least have everything still pretty without having to untie it and take it all apart. Definitely case away, Marissa. Thank you. I'm glad you guys love that idea. All right, so let me show you a fun little packaging too for these little cute little they're hazelnut chocolates. I don't know if you guys have tried them, but they're pretty tasty, and they've got that gold foil, so they look fancy. So that makes it fun. Okay, so again, this is an idea that I've cased from Stampin' Up's Artisan Design Team. So this is with the cotton paper. Hey Pam, happy Friday to you. All right, so our cotton paper, it's like tissue paper, might be a little bit thicker. It has a shiny side and then a flat side. I'm gonna go ahead and put it shiny side up, and I have cut this to 6 inches by 8.5 inches, okay? So 6 by 8.5. I wanted enough that I'm gonna be able to gather the ends a little bit. So you could even go longer. You could probably go 10 inches. So whatever you're wrapping up, just kind of measure that. Make sure you give yourself enough room at the ends that we can gather and tie some ribbon. Okay, so, all right, so we are going to, I have this, okay, let me start over here. I'm starting with the shiny side up because this is where I'm going to put my tear and tape adhesive. So I'm going to apply this at about a 4-inch section right in the center, okay? Now I'm going to flip it over to the kind of the flat side. So my adhesive strip is down here. So on the opposite side, on the flat side, I'm going to go ahead and do that 4-inch strip again. Okay, love the tear and tape adhesive. So let's start with this one. I'm going to take that waxy layer off. You might need to burnish it. just a little bit so that you're, there we go, so that you leave the adhesive but peel off the wax. All right, place your treats here in the center. Okay, and we're going to start to roll. So you'll notice that the adhesive is not sticking to the treat itself. Okay, so what it's going to do, I want that adhesive to stick to the layer of cotton paper as I wrap it. All right, and the reason I've done that is so that, again, when the recipient receives it, they can go ahead and pull the treat out without taking the packaging all apart. So that's why we have this second layer here. All right, so again, just roll it nice and smooth. All right, so that gives you a nice finished edge. Okay, all right, so then what we're going to do, we're not going to gather quite yet. Grab another fun pattern of our Eden's Garden paper. This is 4 inches by 6 inches. All right, and again, we're going to apply some adhesive on here. Okay, this time we can go ahead and do it on the back side. We're going to apply that whole, I don't know if you guys can see that. Okay, so go ahead and do the bottom edge. Okay, and actually you're going to do each edge there. Yes, okay. All right. Okay, so the first edge that you're going to do, this one is going to stick to the paper. So if you go about, find your seam there at about the center. Okay, go ahead and hide that seam. And then you're going to wrap this all around. So you could actually put tear and tape along the edges too if you wanted. But you really don't need a lot. I just did a little strip at each end. If it makes you feel better to have the whole thing stuck down really well, then then that's fine too. And then just go up, just pull that nice and snug. Okay, so now we've got to finish a pretty little wrapping all the way around it. Okay, just make sure your treat is kind of centered in there. And now we're going to take a little bit of our ribbon, whatever ribbon of your choice. Some reason I ended up with lots of the soft succulent and I used up all my evergreen. So I'm wrapping around the edge here. All right, it's just hollow. You can see my treat inside. Hey, Sophie, welcome. Okay, so go ahead and just pull that tight and kind of hold the edge. I've kind of grabbed it with my palm there and just gather that nice and tight and then just do a little knot here. And then you can trim it big or little, whichever you want to do. Okay, and then we're going to do that same thing to the opposite end here. So then when it comes to the receiving of it, again, kind of hold the end with your palm so that you get that nice tight gather. Okay. Okay, so now when somebody gets it, they can open one end or just pull the ribbon off, right? They can just pull the ribbon off here. And then they could open it and they could remove their treat and they don't have to take the whole thing apart. Okay, and nice and slides out. You can tuck it back in there. You can repackage it, whatever you need to do. And you've only done one tight knot. You've kind of left it a little bit loose there. Okay, so yeah, so you can see how that kind of comes apart, goes back together. All right, get that on there, do your knot. Again, kind of hold on to the edge as you're tying that knot because you want some of that nice little cotton paper to stick out there. And I think in the in Europe, in the UK and things, they call these kind of like a cracker box. That's not something that I've ever really seen here in the US. But I guess it kind of resembles that shape. So you could do something like that. And then if you wanted to, you could use your label die, and you could cut another little piece. I don't know that I remembered to cut an extra piece, so let me see if I've got one in my bin of stuff here. I've been keeping all of my little scraps and things together. Oh, look at that. I've got one. Yay. All right. So have a die cut piece. Woohoo. All right. This time, let's go ahead. Yeah, again, you could use any sentiment. I've got hello there, so since that's already inky, that's what I'm going to use for this. You can stamp that right there on your little label. Oops. All right, definitely need some more embellishments. Okay, so this time we're going to just go right over that, do our little flower here, add on another little marquee. Haha, and we're like, yeah, we did that on purpose. Okay. All right, so then again, take your dimensionals, just a couple along the back here. Oops, I'm just about done with this sheet, so let me take a couple of edge pieces. And then this is another way, depending on where your seam ended up. Now you could roll it so that your seam is at the bottom and that you have this piece nice right side up. And then you've got cute little treat packaging there as well. So lots and lots of fun. I realize it's a little lopsided because I showed you after I took it apart and everything too. But the craft gift boxes, again, these are in the mini catalog. Let me see if I can give you a page number here. All right, they're kind of hidden here on page 11. These are part of the, I think the gingerbread suite. Craft gift boxes, set of 10. All right, they're 4.5 by 6 5/8 inches. All right, love that. And the adhesive is already on them. So again, you just need to tie them with a ribbon and a pretty tag. Dress them up a little bit. And then the rest of the items here are from the Eden's Garden collection. So we've used the stamps and the dies, the beautiful little garden gems, and even another use here for your cotton paper. So I hope you guys have enjoyed these projects today. Hope you have a great weekend planned. And if you're watching Stampin' Up's on stage, then enjoy that too. I'm looking forward to the rest of the program. And again, jot down my host code and make your list for the upcoming sale that starts on Tuesday. And they're calling it the seasonal sale. So cardstock, that's the 8.5 by 11 and the 12 by 12, both the individual and the assorted packs. So all of Stampin' Up's cardstock is 10% off. The ink pads, now these are the Stampin' Up branded ink pads. It's all colors, all the single ink pads. It does not apply to the other brands like the Memento, the StazOn, or the Versamark, okay? So it's Stampin' Up ink pads only, but these are 15% off. So down from $7.50 to $6.37, and then 20% off your dies. So that is a great time to stock up on the dies in the catalog, like your basic borders that we used on our tag today. You've also got some fun shapes like your Give It a Whirl. You've got backgrounds. I know the diorama dies have been on my list, and they've been getting bumped, so those are finally going to be in my shopping cart. The iconic dies, if you want to see some amazing ideas for that, I did a project for that just a couple of months ago in September. All right, so we've got, also the stitched greenery. If you have trouble justifying the price for just one die, then get it for 20% off next week, okay? So we've got lots of great sets. All of the dies are 20% off. But again, like I'm saying, this is a great time to get some of those die sets that that maybe you've been putting off, okay, because they aren't part of a bundle. All right, so really looking forward to that next week. And of course, don't forget your Eden's Garden collection items too, because everybody definitely needs another pack of those beautiful garden gems. Awesome, awesome. All right, well, if anybody has any questions for me, let me know. Hey, Doris. Hello, everyone. All right, thank you so much. And I will be stamping with you again on Tuesday and probably showing some of those fun die sets. All right, take care, everybody. Bye-bye.